Welcome to Man United Updates channel, home of Manchester United latest news. Qatari investors, set to be challenged by 4 other bidders in battle to buy Manchester United. As has been the hot topic this week, a group of Qatari private investors are set to launch an attempt to purchase the club, in full, from the Glazers, who put the club on the market back in November. It is reported that they are set to face opposition from 4 rival bidders ahead of the soft deadline for offers next Friday, February 17. Though the Qatari group, according to several reports, are keen to complete a takeover themselves, it is claimed that the group of 5 reported bidders may eventually reduce and come together to form a consortium, which is what happened when Chelsea were sold last year. The sale of the Londoners was also handled by US merchant bankers Rain, who are coordinating the sale of United for the Glazer family. Aside from interest from Qatar, boyhood United fan and British billionaire Sir Jim Ratcliffe is also in the running to buy the club. He officially declared his interest in buying the club last month. The first stage of the process, which will conclude soon, invited interest from several parties and groups. Those who have signed confidentiality agreements were then reported to have been given access to what is called the data room, where United's financial details are stored. It is claimed that multiple parties from Saudi Arabia have been given access to this data. Those in Saudi Arabia who have been given access do not have any affiliation with Newcastle United. It is said to remain unclear, however, if they will make a formal bid. It has been widely documented throughout this process, ever since the Glazers confirmed they were open to outside investment or a sale, that they want £6 billion for a full sale. If they do, however, choose for outside investment instead, it is reported that they have 2 possible options. The first is in the shape of a standalone injection of cash in return for a stake in the club, and the second is a more complex and commercial partnership, in which expertise in areas such as media and retail would also be provided. It is claimed that these areas have attracted more than 20 parties. Such levels of interest in that particular avenue mean that the Glazers could accept a stake instead of completing a full sale. However, the Glazers, as well as prospective investors, should be mindful of how much negativity and backlash would be created by the United supporters if a full sale failed to come to fruition. It is also reported that, according to those familiar with the whole process, that a full takeover at Old Trafford remains the most likely outcome, with the Qataris confident that their bid will be the strongest. On the injury front, there is a story by Samuel Luckhurst, chief Manchester United writer, confirming triple injury blow ahead of Leeds and Barcelona fixtures. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Scott McTominay, Christian Eriksen, Donny van de Beek, Anthony and Anthony Martial missed the Leeds draw through injury or illness. Erik ten Hag does not expect Manchester United trio Anthony Martial, Anthony and Scott McTominay to be available for the Europa League playoff first leg against Barcelona next week. The trio have been all but ruled out of Sunday's reverse fixture with Leeds United in the Premier League, and ten Hag suggested they would all be unavailable for the European tie in Catalonia next week. "I don't expect, but we have some days, obviously," ten Hag said of their possible return at Elland Road, "but I don't expect it, and if I can oversee it until now, I don't see any new problems coming up." Will they be back against Barcelona? I think same answer. I can't say for 100%, but I don't expect it. Martial has suffered a hip injury, Anthony has a leg problem, and McTominay has been absent for the last 3 games with an unspecified injury. Aaron Wan-Bissaka could return from illness at Elland Road after he missed the midweek draw with Leeds, but Casemiro is still suspended. Christian Eriksen is sidelined until late April with an ankle injury, and Donny van de Beek is out for the remainder of the campaign with a knee injury. Erik ten Hag speaks out on possible new European Super League. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag insists he will form his own opinion on a proposed new European Super League should it ever materialize. European development company A22 Sports Management is promoting a revamped Super League after it crashed and burned within 48 hours of its launch in April 2021. The venture was trumpeted by United co-chairman Joel Glazer, but the club's supporters protested vociferously against it and forced the postponement of the home Premier League fixture against Liverpool on May 2, 2021. A22 chief executive Bernd Reichert claimed, "The foundations of European football are in danger of collapsing." However, the proposal is likely to be met with short shrift by supporters of English clubs. When the revamped proposal was raised at Ten Hag's pre-match press conference on Thursday, he said, "I'm aware of the dynamic of what's going on in sections, but if I see they're coming up with new ideas, I have to have a look at it and I will make an opinion. So I'm not aware because we are playing so many games in this moment. We have to develop this team. We have some problems with new players to bring in, so that's where my focus point is, therefore I need all my energy. About new European competitions, other people at the club will have a look at it and inform me if the time is there and we have to make decisions. But the decision is up to the club. I think the current structure is good, but there will always be initiatives to make it better, to make the football better, and that is what life is. People always want to construct better, which is a good thing because if it is in favor of the football, it is always good." David De Gea set to make Premier League history in Sunday's clash against Leeds. The Spanish shot-stopper has started every Premier League games this season and is expected to do so again in West Yorkshire. David De Gea will become the first non-British player to make more than 400 Premier League appearances for one club, should he start against Leeds United as expected this weekend. United face a trip across the Pennines on Sunday for the second meeting against their old rivals in 4 days. Wednesday's 2-2 draw saw a spirited second-half performance from Erik ten Hag's side after going 2-0 down. Goals from Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho, a first since September, extending their unbeaten home run to 16 games across all competitions. Spanish goalkeeper De Gea is the only Red to have started all 22 of this season's league games, the midweek fixture taking the 32-year-old to within one game of a significant and unrivaled milestone. Should Ten Hag decide to have his first-choice stopper between the Elland Road posts on Sunday, then it will be league appearance number 400 with all of them in a United shirt. 8 non-British players have reached the milestone previously, including former Red John O'Shea, but none have done it as a one-club man. Since joining from Atletico Madrid in 2011, De Gea has been remarkably consistent in terms of availability, not once dropping below 26 appearances and averaging just over 34 per season in the 11 campaigns before this current one. On 3 occasions, the Spanish international has been involved in all 38 games. With the veteran shot-stopper entering the final 6 months of his current contract at United, speculation has grown as to whether he will call time on a 12-year career in M16. But such fears were alleviated last week when the man himself admitted he is confident negotiations, that have been going on behind the scenes, will end positively. "We're still talking. I'm just focused on the game, that's the most important thing, but for sure it's going to end in a good way," he said. This is Manchester United news for today. Please, if you like the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more daily news on Manchester United. Till next time, thank you for watching.